All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres movie reviews. Tonight we're doing something a little different. We're doing a TV series review of each episode of the new season of The Last of Us.
People.
What's outside?
All right, guys, The Last of Us, great show. Season 2 just aired, episode 1, and we watched it over the past 24 hours. What did you guys think?
I thought it was a great first episode of the second season.
Yeah,
Kept true to the game for the most part.
I did too. I thought it was.
See, that's going to be the problem with between our opinions is I did not play the game, so I'm not going to know oh, it did it this way because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
they're changing minor things so far.
Well, just because for me, the first 40 minutes or whatever, I'd feel like they go too much into the minutia of I don't need to know that much about her being pissed at him. They can get that across in 5 minutes. Doing the whole first 40 minutes of him being depressed because she's a 19-year-old mad at him.
Yeah, it wants you to make. It wants you to
drag down a little bit.
Yeah, it wants you to feel for Joel though, and empathize with him.
The gap, the 5-year gap, is crazy to me. If she does, because she looks no different except for the scar on her eyebrow.
It is true. She doesn't.
So she still looks like a 13-year-old, but she's supposed to be 19 now.
Yeah.
I get it. Joel would look the same. When you're in your 40s, 50s, 5 years is nothing. But when you're going from 14 to 19, you drastically change.
Yeah.
I mean, she did add the tattoo. And
but that was to cover the scar.
And I think she might have.
That was one of my notes. Was she's gonna need another tattoo now.
She's a type of person that looks like she could be 13 or 19.
That's true. That is true.
She does have a unique look. So I didn't.
She also looks like your parents might be related.
But the opening scene
she does.
introduces us to Abby.
The opening was good. That's why I feel like that first 40 minutes dragged because they opened with that and then went to slow drama.
Yeah. Introduced us to Abby, who's a pivotal character in season 2, and her crew, and and then it ends with Abby as well. She finds them at the end, and I
did have a question for you guys.
I
wanted to know if you kept the same energy about because that movie we reviewed recently. You said the 10-year gap. They would have just got over it. They would have been fine.
Yeah.
But Abby, it's been 5 years, and she's tracked him down.
Oh, yeah, it's absurd.
Okay. I just didn't know if you felt the same way.
But, it is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Was it 5 years in the game?
I couldn't remember that, but I'm sure. I think it was.
I mean, it's very different scenarios, but yes, absurd.
Yeah.
It is a bit far-fetched that someone would hunt someone for 5 years and not
in an apocalypse is even kind of crazier to me.
And not kind of move on.
Well, I feel okay, because in the beginning of the episode, it wasn't 5 years later yet. When it showed them at their gravestones.
Yeah, it was fresh.
Then it skipped 5 years.
Yeah.
So it is a weird thing that 5 years later and they're just now found him. Come on.
And her people didn't even want to go initially. They were let's just let them.
They have literally the only people alive that have any sort of military or any kind of resources are their friends, and they couldn't figure out he's in the one of 3 civilizations and that exists still in Wyoming.
Well, I think they had to cross a lot of land.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he only had a couple day head start on him, so
yeah,
they could have made up some time.
Or no, or maybe
they were convincing her to go to Seattle instead, which I get.
I don't think they could locate them, and then they finally located them at the end. But we were introduced to what's her name, which is Ellie's love interest.
Yeah, her new love interest.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Which also, that was weird.
Why?
The whole time they're talking about her and her boyfriend, and then she's like, "Nope, I'm into you. Let's kiss in front of everybody."
She's bi.
Yeah, but it was just weird.
Yeah.
Because Ellie was literally like, "You guys are going to get back together," blah blah blah.
Yeah. And then that gay basher at the party. He's like,
yeah,
Dykes.
Yeah, that guy's from stuff. I know that guy. He's a character actor.
He's always in a role like that, a little side character.
Yeah,
that has
like an old
beef
prick
with somebody.
Yep. What else happened? Joel's in therapy.
All coming, like when they were in that store.
Oh yeah,
New form of walkers they showed.
Oh yeah, like
Well,
the smart
to the show.
clickers.
The stalkers.
Clickers. Yeah.
The stalkers.
No, the stalkers. Yeah. The stalker was cool. They're evolving. They're getting smarter, right? She said it was stalking her,
quote unquote.
and, hiding and using cover and whatnot.
They make the same sounds as in the game, kind of like the whimpering. Mm-hmm. Try to hide around a corner.
Kind of try to lure you in.
Oh yeah, they try to sound like an injured person instead of infected, which is something animals do that.
That
that's
was-
why cats sound like babies.
Yeah.
That was an intense scene. Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was creepy when you seen her peek around the shelf or whatever.
I thought it was weird when they showed like the roots overtaking the pipes. Like they kind of like zoomed in on it longer than you would expect when you just found a broken pipe with, and then that comes back like the spores are growing in those roots.
Yeah.
And then it was cool because there was a scene with the sparkler, so it was just like a dark screen and the sparkler, like,
Yep.
and then it zoomed in on the roots.
Yep.
It was pretty cool.
And the
Dry
fungus
roots and
was
stuff. You're going to show it's going to spark up and take the whole
But-
town down, basically.
I just wanted to say, because you guys have watched the show from the beginning. I just watched the full first season in 2 days.
Uh-huh.
It is crazy to me because the game came out first,
Right.
and then a show on Sci-Fi came out called Z Nation.
Okay.
And now watching this show, knowing it's based on the game, Z Nation literally just made a show about The Last of Us before Last of Us could do it.
It's pretty similar, huh?
It's the same exact premise, except for Ellie is an adult man. Like, they find one adult man who has been bitten and didn't turn, and the whole show, they're trying to get him to, like, a government center that can make a cure out of him. And along the way, they come into, like, religious zealots, cannibals, rapists, like, everything that's on this show. So I was like, that's crazy that they just literally did it first, and it's not as good because it's like a sci-fi show. And
Wait,
like
did
DJ Qualls is the big star on
Did
that
they do it before The Last of Us, the video game?
And I'm saying they took the game and made Z Nation.
Oh.
And
They
then
just-
Last of Us, the show, came out after that.
Plagiarized, basically?
So, yeah.
There's like,
So, like-
we're just going to steal the idea.
Because just watching the show now, I'm like, wow, like, it's very much the same.
Yeah.
But obviously, this is better. Like, there's no, like, Pedro Pascal and fucking versus DJ Qualls.
Right.
HBO money versus sci-fi.
Oh, yeah. It's
So, like-
night and day.
But it is crazy how similar they are.
Yeah, but the town
And
is...
then the ending, I get it, because that's what I meant.
Huh.
Because you guys know how the game plays out.
Yeah.
So, like, everything makes sense to you. The ending was crazy to me because, like, I feel like it could have been a much darker thing if, like, he didn't save her, like, kill everybody just to save her from being experimented on.
Yeah.
Because she could have, I mean, very unlikely, but she could have survived them, like, taking a piece of her brain.
I think they said it was going to kill her. for
Yeah,
sure.
didn't they say...
Well, no, they didn't flat out say it, but they knew. Like, they just all knew. Like,
Yeah.
he's operating on her brain. She's going to die.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, him saving her is crazy. I get that, like, it's like his daughter now, but if they could have found a cure,
That's
that's fucked.
That's the whole, like,
That's the
conundrum.
whole
Yeah.
dilemma, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, he's a good guy for doing that?
Well,
or is he...
But is he?
well,
Is he the
here's-
good guy?
here's-
'Cause, like,
no,
that
he's
could have
not.
saved everybody.
Yeah, he's not.
Here's the thing. If you're in his shoes, you'd most likely do the same thing with if you had a daughter.
I mean,
That's not his actual daughter.
yeah, you don't want to draw. You don't want to draw
It's-
parallels because I'm a fucking crazy person. Like, I don't
it's-
have the same emotions.
It's not
that
his
people
daughter,
do.
but they've grown
Right.
bonded
I mean,
quite a bit.
I understand it.
Yeah, he was
But I
attached
feel
to her.
like and you guys knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I was like, if she died, or even if he didn't save her and she still lived, it could have made a crazy like story, because it could have either gone like he just killed himself, or he didn't care if he lived, so he was just being like reckless, or like, and then like could have even been a reunion of them if it didn't like but like obviously that wasn't an option because I didn't.
Yeah.
I literally played the game for like half hour to an hour and a half, and that was it.
Do we think in the season 2 first episode that he has told her by now? Because she was acting
I think she's figured it out. I don't think she knows fully, but she knows that he lied about something.
Yeah.
And also, like, how they were saying, she's 19 and you're not her dad. So, like,
yeah, like
she's
the therapist
rebelling
said,
like a teenager,
like every other teenager on Earth.
but even more so because, like, there's no actual connection.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and no one takes her serious.
And
They
she's
just-
also a little resentful, I think. Like, you'll find out because she's not his daughter. because like he's putting all of his shit from him and his daughter onto her.
Well, he just makes decisions for her.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, like
every
just
second.
like because even when she saw him playing the guitar, I think she was like, it dawned on her like she gets that like she's a replacement for his daughter.
Yeah.
And like she's 19 years old, she's got friggin' issues to sort out herself.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with like him treating her like she's his daughter. And then
Yeah.
whenever he brings it up, like, I know you're not her, like that makes it even worse.
Yeah, overprotective. To a
Right, but I
fault.
don't think she knows the truth
No,
yet.
I don't think she knows the whole thing.
She knows he lied. You could tell.
I think she knew right away that.
Yeah. You could tell in the season finale she knew he lied.
The brother knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
He told his brother.
That brother knows everything, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, when she was yelling, like, she does act like a little kid. Like, when she was yelling, like, I'm immune and stuff, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, you're a teenager, hormones, emotions, but, like, it's the fucking end of the world. You have to be
Also,
smarter.
when she yelled at him in that party, she's like, I don't
Need fucking help, yeah.
Yeah, like, it came off very. I know she's only 19. She's
Yeah.
kind of a child still, but still,
Yes.
it, like, comes off younger than. I don't know. But.
Which is crazy, because they do
was a
that
good
in
episode.
everything. Like, everything that's, like,
Yeah.
apocalyptic, the kid is always annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I guess that's the easiest way to, like, do the dynamics is exaggerate, like, that aspect of it. To be like, oh, yeah, that really is like that. But
How about that fight, though, when she was training? That was pretty cool.
yeah, they kind of led you to believe, like,
It was a real.
yeah, real. And then
thing.
at first, and then you figured it out, like, oh.
Yeah, she's.
But also,
when he
like,
tapped out.
it was so ridiculous that, like,
No, yeah, it was.
she's so small, dude.
No.
I don't. She was
That
so
guy could
little.
easily
Yeah.
just wreck her. And it, like any of us could. It was,
Yeah,
she's
like
a tiny little.
even like because obviously jujitsu, that's what people say it's good for. It's like the equalizer of size. But
No.
dude,
There's-
when
there's
she
a
locked that
line.
triangle in, if he didn't panic, which obviously he didn't panic, but like he's so big. I have a friend who I'm a big boy. I got a friend in a triangle choke before, and he's much bigger than me, and he literally stood up and hit me off the ceiling of his house and then slammed me on the couch. And I'm 6'2", 230 pounds. He definitely could have done that to her.
100%. Yeah, easily.
Also, what are the ages of the other people? Because that Asian dude looks like he's like 30.
They said he's like 5 years older than
they
her.
said he's 24.
Yeah, they were
or
like, yeah,
23,
you're only
24.
4 years older
Yeah,
than us.
23.
But then, like, so that girl, her new love interest is also 19, and he's 24. Is that what we're sticking with? I'm just confused.
I think so.
Just some of the ages are confused. And then the girl, is that the girl that they were like, Kat? Is she like their age too?
I think she looks a little bit older.
Yeah, because it's just.
You mean the leader of like the
Yeah, when they were
group
like,
that went
she's,
out?
yeah, she's your leader. Follow her instructions.
Yeah.
The
Because
one
she
they-
acted like she was like. She looks a little bit older,
I think
but
she's
she
a little
acts
older.
like she's like younger than them, like intimidated by them. And it's like, if you're 5 years older, dude, why is the dynamic fucked up?
Yeah, that is strange, but yeah, it's a good
also,
episode.
that Asian dude seems kind of cool. Kind of like
he does,
him.
yeah.
What him and his wife seem like they're having a little bit of tension.
Like Catherine O'Hara getting there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she's the therapist.
She rules.
Right? Yeah,
She told him she hates him.
She's batshit crazy.
because he killed her husband.
Which I guess is
Yeah.
like a callback to the game, but you don't. Her husband's not in the game, but it's just like they show like a dog tag. of His husband. There's like a little backstory.
Yeah, but they
but
showed
they
it.
just-
They
they
showed him
added
in the show.
Yeah.
They brought it up.
Did they show it in the show
Yeah, like he's the one.
last season?
He killed. Like remember. I don't know. No, they didn't show it, but they've talked about it that he killed somebody from their community, and that's why they didn't really want to take them in.
Right, I
at
forgot
first.
that.
And like that's who it was. At least you were just supposed to put it together.
I didn't remember. I watched the first season like
Like
over
I think
a year and a half ago or whatever.
Yeah, I think when she says like this is the first holiday without our birthday without my husband, you're supposed to go, oh shit.
That's why she's getting drunk and
Yeah.
all that stuff and drinking. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like even though I didn't think like it was as crazy good as you guys did, but for our first episode, like
I didn't think
definitely,
it was crazy good. I think it was good.
but definitely leads up to like
Set all the groundwork.
sets it up for
Yeah.
the season to go off.
Definitely does. So it's a nice setup episode.
Which was only like 7 episodes, I think, which is upsetting. But
yeah,
Are they
but-
gonna be longer?
7.5 hours. Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. Nice setup episode. Introduced the new characters and set us on a new path. But do you guys want to get to ratings? What did you guys give it?
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna rate it.
Oh yeah, let's rate it out of 10. I'll give it a 7.
7.5.
I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. 7's fair.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I do have high hopes for the season.
What do you think's gonna happen? You
It
guys got
is
any, like,
crazy
predictions or
that the
anything?
girl, the new girl, what's her-
Abby?
Abby,
Yeah.
looks like that little girl grown up a little bit, like Ellie.
You think?
Like it looks like if they actually would have aged.
Have you seen her in the game version? She's like jacked.
No.
You haven't
One
seen
of her big things is she's lifts weights and she's
she's
jacked.
shredded.
Oh, on the show, she did not look jacked.
No,
No,
she's
she's
not.
not.
That's,
No.
I was a bit upset about that. Like, get a jacked chick.
Yeah.
And,
Could have cast that chick from that Kristen Stewart movie. It was like huge.
That's right.
That's about her size in the game. Like she's
right.
Okay,
That would've
I
been-
don't know. I didn't know
I
that.
think that chick was too tall though, and too old possibly. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
just get this girl on roids. What are we doing?
they should.
It's
They should.
2025.
Good episode though. I'm excited to
So you don't-
to where the season goes.
What?
You don't know anything that happens. Okay.
I literally.
I didn't know if you looked up like the
No,
story.
I literally played the game for like.
Oh, I know. But I'm saying like you could look up.
Oh no, I haven't
play
looked
No,
up
I mean,
anything.
yeah, don't spoil anything.
I'm not gonna.
You know,
No, I
I
haven't
mean,
looked up anything.
I'm just
So
saying it'll be cool to get someone's perspective that doesn't know what's coming.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything.
Oh, good.
cool. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for our
Unless
Last of Us.
Z Nation stuck
Last-
to the plot.
Last of Us season 2, episode 1 review, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.